Just 2 months ago, San Diego Unified called for the elimination of hundreds of district jobs. This included educators, teachers, and school staff. In North County, firefighters worked quickly to put out a kitchen fire inside an Oceanside apartment, which forced some neighbors to evacuate. Less than 24 hours ago, America's finest city was hit with a historic storm, setting a record as the 4th wettest day in San Diego history. Now, San Diegans are putting on gloves and boots and getting into the mud surrounding their homes. I mean, take a look at these scenes. This damage looks like it could be in the tens of thousands of dollars for neighborhoods around the county, like in southeastern San Diego and National City. And we have team coverage this morning. Meteorologist Vanessa Paz has those rain totals. We'll check in with her in just a moment. But first, ABC 10 News reporter Danny Miskell is in National City and brings us a better look at what today looks like for those flood victims. Danny? On Friday, officers say they responded to a call of a dead body inside a freezer. ABC 10 News reporter Perla Shaheen went to the area today. Perla, what did neighbors have to say? The Navy has identified 2 Coronado-based SEALs now believed to have died during a mission near Yemen. You see them on your screen. One is Christopher Chambers on the left. The one on the right is Nathan Ingram. Chambers was a Navy Special Warfare Operator First Class. Ingram was a Navy Special Warfare Operator Second Class. They both trained at Coronado. Chambers graduated from qualification training in 2014, and Ingram graduated in 2021. Officials say they were trying to board a boat believed to be smuggling missile parts on January 11th. The water was rough. Ingram fell in the Arabian Sea. Chambers tried to rescue him. The incident is still under investigation. Hundreds of new laws take effect in California when the new year starts Monday. Here are some of the biggest changes. Employees cannot get fired for using marijuana outside of work.
Yeah, and it was really cold this morning, Ciara. I couldn't believe it.
It was, but we're going to warm up. It's really going to be a rinse and repeat of yesterday. But let's take a look outside right now. We have a beautiful sunrise over Pacific Beach. It's going to be another great beach day for us in the books in San Diego. Right now, you're waking up to 53 degrees in San Diego, 53 in Kearny Mesa, 43 pretty chilly there in Oceanside, 38 degrees right now in Ramona. Like I mentioned, things are going to warm up to about 72 degrees along our coastline, 82 in our inland communities, 76 in our mountains, 93 in our desert.
And just another cloudy start. That marine layer pretty stubborn today.
It sure is. I mean, you can't see anything out of our Chula Vista Skycam this morning, but you can see it really plaguing downtown San Diego early this morning. Taking a look at Carlsbad, same thing. You're waking up to 60 degrees in San Diego right now, 53 in Kearny Mesa, 58 degrees in Oceanside, 57 in El Cajon, and 53 in Ramona. The marine layer isn't impacting visibility as much as it was yesterday morning. Where it is impacting, though, is in some of our inland neighborhoods. We're down to 2.5 miles of visibility in Ramona. It's going to be pretty widespread into the evening hours. This is what you're going to be waking up to, 6 a.m. Some heavy pockets of rain here, especially between Valley Center and Escondido. It's going to be impacting the entire county. We're expecting the heaviest rain between Monday and Tuesday. Monday by 7:30 in the morning, we're expecting well over 1.5 inches in Fallbrook, Oceanside, Vista, 1.25 inches in Escondido, 1.25 inches in La Jolla, nearly 1 inch in San Diego, and those totals will continue to climb. We're expecting upwards of 4 inches of rain along our coastline. We're going to warm up. We're going to be a bit warmer than we were yesterday. We're going to be closer to seasonal for this time of year. We're going to have a high of 67 in the San Diego area today. We're going to be in the 70s in our inland neighborhoods, a high of 73 for Escondido, 74 in Julian today, triple digits for our deserts, and we will remain there over the next 7 days. Taking a look as those waves wash up in Pacific Beach early this morning. Look at some surfers out there looking to catch the waves. Looks like we are going to start seeing pockets of sunshine around noon today. We'll peak out at about 67 degrees by 2 o'clock this afternoon, back down to the low 60s by 8 o'clock tonight. And taking a look to the rest of your work week, we're going to be near seasonal for this time of year over the next 7 days. We're not going to see too much change along our coastline. The marine layer, we're going to wake up to it for the rest of the week. That May gray is going to turn into June gloom, and we're going to see some westerly winds plague our mountain and deserts today and tomorrow. Yeah, I know we are all feeling the effects of the rain, and there is some light rainfall this morning in the Oceanside area. It's been coming down for the past few hours, but what's really caught our attention this morning is the high surf. It's high tide right now, and these large waves are washing up and crashing over the Strand barrier here. It's causing a little bit of flooding, so if you are going to be driving down the Strand this morning, take it slow. Try to avoid this area because you can see that ponding there. Police couldn't tell me what started the chase, but this is where it ended, off of this embankment here off of Kelton Road and the 94. You can see the police car damaged there. It rolled several times to land in this embankment. The suspect's car just to the left of it.
We have been reporting for weeks now that migrants are camping out here at the border near San Ysidro without food or water, waiting to be processed into the processing centers around San Diego County.
It's a cool, breezy day in the small border town Jacumba. Migrants are camped around fires created to keep them warm.
We arrived today in the morning.
It's the first stop on a Roostrip's journey in the United States, just like it's been for thousands of others over the past 7 months.
I can feel in the air the freedom already, but I'm gonna see how it goes through the city and countries, to the states.
He and the dozens of other migrants in the makeshift camp wait here in tents until Border Patrol agents pick them up for the next leg of the journey.
It's really shocking to me to see this in the United States, where I know the resources exist to bring people indoors.
Erica Pinheiro runs Al Otro Lado, one of the nonprofits helping migrants while they wait.
We're providing 2 meals a day. We come out with blankets and jackets at night, and then volunteers and mutual aid groups are also building some of the shelters that you see behind you.
After migrants leave the site, they'll end up at a processing center. Many will then arrive at the Migrant Welcome Center in San Diego. SBCS is the organization running the site. It says it's at risk of running out of money come December 31st. The spending is something Pinheiro questions.
So I believe that the $3 million that has already been given to the Welcome Center has been spent far too quickly. There needs to be more accountability around those funds.
In October, the County Board of Supervisors gave SBCS its first round of funding. The board will decide Tuesday if the Welcome Center will get another $3 million to continue operations into the new year. SBCS says most of the money has been spent on transporting and feeding migrants. The funding is something Supervisor Jim Desmond is against. He says it's a federal issue. Pinheiro says that the board should look at allocating some of the money to campsites like the one she helps at.
But also should be sending in medical. They should really take more responsibility for what's happening here on county land.
Pinheiro says her organization is providing food, clothing, and shelter to the same migrants at a fraction of the cost, spending about $150,000 a month.
What about your heart, Dorian? Is it stronger than this T-Rex now?
Yeah!
Like many 6-year-olds, Dorian has the energy to keep him going for days.
He's definitely into dinosaurs and trains, and he likes to build things.
But time in the park on a sunny day wasn't always possible for him.
Dorian, what does your shirt say?
Yeah.
The strongest hearts have scars. Do you have scars, honey?
A little bit.
Dorian's undergone 8 heart surgeries so far.
His story actually started when I was pregnant. They found out he didn't have a normal sized heart when they went to go do his measurement. They figured out it was kind of backwards.
His mom, Crystal, says since the day he was born, he's been in and out of Rady's Children's Hospital. At the end of 2021, he went into a big surgery his mom hoped would correct his heart.
Make the blood flow to the heart where it's supposed to go, and the oxygen, blood, and everything where they're supposed to go. It failed.
He spent another stint in the hospital and then continued to recover at home from some lingering blood clots.
April 5th, they said that they wanted to admit him again because the blood clots were not dissolving or anything, they just grew.
That's when they turned to transplant talk.
He was slowly dying in front of our eyes.
By May, Dorian's parents got the call that their little one would have a real shot at life.
We were shaking. We were like in disbelief that it happened so quickly.
As a mom, I'm sure every time that Dorian had to go into surgery, your heart stopped for a minute.
Those 12 hours of surgery were absolutely nerve-wracking. We didn't sleep.
Crystal is grateful to the donor's family and is open to meeting them.
If you would like to hear your child's heart, you can.
Looking at her son, full of life 10 months later, she says he means the world to her.
I feel very blessed with him. He is my miracle baby.
Ciara Encinas, ABC 10 News.
Lakeside is going to be representing at the World Series come Friday. Arizona Diamondbacks pitcher Kevin Ginkel graduated from El Capitan in 2012. And he doesn't forget where he comes from. He wore these cleats in the big leagues. 11 years ago, Kevin Ginkel was dominating the Vaqueros baseball field. Just like these players.
I knew he was something special.
His varsity baseball coach, Steve Vickery, is talking about his pitch.
How does Kevin not get hit? He goes, "Coach, you're going to have to come stand behind me on his next bullpen." And I went down to the bullpen the next time he threw, and his ball back then would move 6 or 8 inches. It had late life, and you know, a hitter might think that he's squaring something off, but the ball would just tail off the end.
Vickery is so proud of Ginkel's career that continued at Southwestern College, then the University of Arizona, where he played in a College World Series, and now to the big leagues.
Hey, Kevin, this is Coach Vic. Just want to call and say a nice job. Love the way you're competing on the mound. And
he even picked up the phone to call Kevin and wish him luck as he takes on the Rangers for a title.
Anyway, keep up the good work, buddy.
One thing about Ginkel, he hasn't forgotten his East County roots. The Vaqueros' current head coach, Jonathan Myers, says he and his family continue to give back to the school.
So this glove was his glove when he started his career. His parents came by one day and said they wanted to give back to the program. And so this glove was one of his gloves that he's used, so I keep it in our locker room here.
He also wore custom El Capitan cleats in the big leagues and left some autographed D-backs gear at the school. The school is now looking to give back to him in a big way by potentially adding him to the El Capitan Hall of Fame.
I think it's time that we add another one to that wall here soon.
Game 1 of the World Series is Friday evening, and let me tell you, the El Capitan baseball team is going to be watching and cheering on their hometown guy. Ciara Encinas, ABC 10 News.